By DJ Event Planner, Electra Voice, DJ Trivia and DJ Bingo, ProX Direct, NLFX Pro, Promo Only, Odyssey Cases, Perfect Portals, JMOZ Lighting, Instant DJ Requests, and our DJNTV Insiders. This is John Young from DJNTV. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to the Tuesday Night Music Show, where we will eventually tonight talk about music. And we have a bit of a different crew here tonight. We've got Mr. John Cowley from Boston. We've got Aaron from somewhere in Canada, and Jay.
What's up,
everybody?
My road dog, John Cowley.
I'm getting that shirt. I'm getting the road dog shirt.
Road dog.
Do the Howie impersonation because it is cherished.
We did it last night.
It was great. If you haven't seen it, check back on the show.
Welcome to Hanging
with Howie.
Howie. Okay, so I did a video a few days ago where I talked about how I had to raise my prices again this year.
I saw that. Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that. What's that going on?
Well, that's basically a direct response to inflation. It really has nothing to do with trying to adjust to where everybody else was, which is what my first price hike was. It was brought to my attention that there were a lot of people in my market who were charging the same or more than me, but weren't doing as much as I did, had less experience, didn't know how to do the things that I could do. And I thought, wow, I'm undervaluing myself. So I went to that level or above it. And that was about a 20% hike. Now, this time I've done an additional 20% hike just to keep up with inflation because fuel prices are double. It's costing me double to go to events. I have been saying things like, gee, I can't go visit my mom as much as I normally do because gas is so high. And I shouldn't have to do that, you know?
Right.
There, inflation happens. It's been about 40 years since we've had this big thing, this double-digit thing. And when it's all said and done, things tend to level out a little bit, but people rise, you know. They have to rise.
Right.
It doesn't come down. They got to come up to it. So you got to come up and meet it. So I wanted to talk about ways to perhaps think about raising your prices without maybe necessarily scaring away your current client base, because I think it's a fine line. Some people feel like that if they price themselves here, you know, opposed to here, a lot of people are no longer going to want to use them for their services. And that's, I feel like, a very valid concern. May or may not be true. But yeah, there were a couple of things that I just wanted to talk about. First thing was that I think that every market, there's kind of a, I guess, ceiling for what we do. Would you agree with that, Jay?
Yes.
If you go...
There's a number that you'd look at and say, can I go above this?
Right. And if the answer is no, I mean, you've got to kind of use your head about it.
Right.
You've got to look and see what's around you and then ask yourself if anybody would even think of hiring you as a DJ for that. If they could get somebody else, you know, doing a similar thing, why would they bring you on?
Right. But I've got to interject. There's a huge market for no, because what you do is worth this.
Right.
So if the market is 1,000 and you're 5,000, there's a lot of people that would look at that and say, because that's what you're worth. Not, don't charge above the market by too much. So I think there's always going to be those two camps.
Yeah.
So how are you handling that?
There's different ways to look at that. What I was really thinking about was how I've structured things. And I think the way I've done it makes sense. I think it gives me what I need to go out and do this job without me making a lot of life compromises and cutting back. And it gives the client some options. And what I'm talking about, and I don't know if John, if you do this, or Aaron or Jay, what I do is what I call a base price.
Right.
This is my buy-in. It's basic lighting, sound, tunes in a certain amount of time. Do you guys do that?
Yeah, the minimum. We have that minimum. There's that base that you know where your in and out is. You know, it's like, okay, I can't go for less than this because this is my cost.
Yeah.
So we got our base. Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking about just doing it for cost. I'm talking about doing it for profit at this point. I mean,
at the same point. Yeah. At the same point, you still have to make money. Like you can't go offer to do a show when you know you could get one that would profit, where you'd be in more profit. So you have to have that margin.
I have a lot of clients that what I do, what I call my base price, my, get in the door, your foot in the door price, where I start at is fine. It's all they need.
Yep.
Most of my events are around 100 people these days.
Yeah. They're all lower now.
Yeah. And
COVID has changed the whole dynamic.
So it was changing before that.
Oh, it was. No, 100%. The 300 person weddings went away like 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So, in my world.
Yeah. I mean, they went away quite a while ago here, and it's rare to see them. So I don't need big subs and big tops anymore. I don't need these big extravagant light shows that make it look like a concert. I don't need that anymore. For what I do as what I call just the kind of the base services, it's all inclusive. I'm not skimping anywhere, but there's no extras involved. That's my buy-in. And I feel like that my base price is still palatable for my market.
Right. I mean, it comes down to you have a business to run. So,
of course, yeah.
The lot, I think where a lot of DJs lose it is they go, well, what's everyone charging? I want that, or I want more. They never stop to think about you have a business to run. So what does it cost for you to do the wedding?
Or don't do arbitrary numbers,
Right. So they just come up with this like $12.50 for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Well, where does that come from? Well, because that's what
I think I can get it. Yeah.
Right. You got to show it as a business plan. It's got to have a model. It's got to come from somewhere. So,
I mean, because if you genuinely put out a business plan, John, I think you'd find that it's like, this makes me this. I did a wedding a few years ago, and I'll give you the actual numbers. I charged the client $2,700 for 7 hours.
Nice.
But I had to go to the venue and do a site inspection. It took 3 hours to drive there. Hour site inspection, 2 hours home. Then 2 hours to drive there, do the 7 hours, 2 hours home. And I gave this to another company. He was like, how'd that gig go? And I go, oh, he goes, give me the breakdown. And I gave it to him. And he goes, wow, you made $112 an hour. I was like, no, I made like $3,000 an hour. He's like, no. And I realized the work you put in beside the project is where it comes down.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we oftentimes undersell ourselves.
Well, but you're talking about structuring a business plan. What I'm talking about is just trying to avoid sticker shock. So,
the options become: do you give them a price of like, I'll do it for $1,000? Oh, no way, that's awesome. Oh, do you want a mic? That's $200. Do you want a light? That's $300.
That's nickel and diming it, and I feel like so
you just give a price for the entire thing.
My base price up to this amount of time. It's good for this amount of people. Wireless microphone, music, all that stuff. It's this much, and most of my clients, that's fine. But my example that I wanted to give is the Saturday. I'm going in for 2 extra hours of music. No ceremony or anything. That's just cocktail and chill time. Okay.
Right.
But they want extra time. It's also 350 people. So So it's a bigger system.
Oh,
That's a big event.
So the base price isn't working for them. They have to not only pay additional time, but they have to pay for the larger system.
Yeah, no, that's a big event.
So setup. And I broke it down like that when I sold this. And I told them, I'm like, hey, look, and this was the first gig I think I sold on my first price hike. Like, look, my buy-in is this, but this is not going to work for you because that's only up to this amount of time. You're going to have to pay a la carte for these extra hours, and then you're going to have to pay for the additional sound. So your price is this. And they didn't flinch. They understood that they wanted more above and beyond what the, the base was or the entry level price was. But most of the time I'm going to be able to offer that entry level price to a client. It doesn't sound that bad. Now, if they want wedding ceremony and additional sound and extra, of course, that you need to charge more for, and you can adjust your prices on that as well. But if they're not demanding all these things and all they need is your basic sound and lighting for X amount of time or up to X amount of time, the base is going to work for them. So that's how I do it. And that's how I avoid people just, freaking out. I break it down for them. We're going to start at the base and we're going to go from there depending on what your needs and wants are.
Sure. Yeah, you can give them a hell of a deal if it's a 5-speed with no air and crank windows.
Exactly.
Like you know what you're getting.
My sister just ordered a Tahoe, and she told me what she paid for this thing. And
a new one?
Yeah.
Whoa. 6?
Yeah.
How much? Yeah, 100.
Cindy just ordered a Tahoe.
Oh God.
And it's a $99,000 Tahoe.
Yeah. I was gonna say 100. Yeah.
That's a Tahoe. That's like a Blazer with 2 doors.
That's I was gonna say it's a nothing car.
No, I don't know. No, they're nice. I mean,
no, they're very nice, but it's
really
still
nice.
it is what it is.
But like John said, you could probably get a base Tahoe for closer to 60, which is still a lot of money, but you could do that. But maybe it doesn't have all the niceties to it.
Or you can get the diesel full load. Or whatever.
You bring up a point that I've had this discussion with Kevin, who produces all of the shows we do, and his wife has an Escalade, and he has a Chevy Silverado, whatever the 4-door pickup diesel top of the line thing. He paid $85,000 for his truck.
Yeah,
he paid $100,000 for his Escalade. The difference, he said to me, was it's amazing. I have a Chevy. So when I go to the dealer, I get a cup of coffee. When my wife brings the Escalade in, she gets a cup of coffee, a donut, a loaner vehicle, all this stuff because I paid more for her to have the Escalade than the Tahoe.
Right.
And it's one of those, by the way, if you buy the Escalade, you get this. And we're not like that. We don't have that.
That better be a good donut. That better be a real.
That's what I was just thinking.
It was not
buy a donut.
It was a Dunkin' donut. Okay, my friend. So let's keep that divide.
Not even a Krispy Kreme.
$40K donut.
Right.
No, I'm just saying Canada, the top hat of America. I'm just saying.
Well, that would be
the toque of
that's that other place there.
The toque.
Is it Hortons?
Tim Hortons, yeah.
I mean, I think it comes down to, as a DJ, when you're doing a wedding or an event, you want to give them everything they could possibly want. Mm-hmm. And I almost think that we should sell packages as, and I'll give Drax all the credit on this because he said this to me years ago. You don't show up to do a job, get a quote, and then turn around and say, hey, by the way, I can use electric tools. What do you mean? Well, I quoted you if I used a hand saw, but I have an electric saw, and that would cost this much more. He goes, you quote the job based on everything you have to do. Meaning, you know what? Your wedding's going to be $2,000. I'll be there all day. I'll bring every light I own. I'll bring every speaker I own. You give and give and give, and it becomes a thing. It becomes that package.
Well, I think that's fine if you want to go that route. I'm just right now kind of concerned about everyone out there who is nervous about raising their prices. And I understand it's a valid concern.
But what are they raising it against, Brian? Are they raising it against more lights? Are they raising it against the economy?
Well, I don't know. But if anybody's considering raising because of inflation, then instead of trying to throw everything in the kitchen sink and giving a price for it, maybe you could say, hey, look, I have this option as well. You can do this.
Okay.
And if this is out of your budget, maybe this is good for you. I'm going to talk about something that's going to make your skin crawl, Jay.
Oh, no.
Talk about George Carlin for a moment. Okay?
I love George, but
I'm going to talk about him for a moment because
he's not a guy on my dashboard of my Suburban that bobbleheads.
Could be.
I'm just saying.
Could be.
He's going to be a hashtag for our comment section this week.
Should be.
I'm waiting for it.
Ryan said George should be the hashtag.
When they were talking about the different transformations that he went through, and I mentioned this in last night's show, he went through 5 distinct transformations as a comedian. Okay.
Yes.
Every time he did his transformation, he was looking at a new audience, but he was also leaving some of his old audience behind.
Yes.
Almost as to say, hey, I'm going here. You're welcome to come along with me, but if you can't hang, that's a you problem. I'm going here. That takes a lot of guts.
Does.
And that's what I feel like as DJs we're doing sometimes when we're going up a little bit in price. For instance, I mean, there's a lot of things we could do as DJs. Artistically, that would be the same kind of thing. And I know I've done it several times, but it's kind of the same thing we're talking about here.
No, it is.
If you're going to raise your prices up a little bit, understand that maybe not every single client that you have is going to come along with you. You're going to lose some.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the odds of that happening would be less if you continually add to what you have. You show them the base and say, well, we can put this in and it's only X much more. Whereas if you show them something that's too big, too much, it's like, yeah, this is what you'd like. You can't really afford that.
That's not for me. Right.
It's easy to build the mountains than to try to take pieces away and do the peel back game. Say, well, if I don't bring this, and if I don't bring this, it's so much less. I'd rather go in the other direction if that makes any sense. I'd rather just keep putting pieces.
I think right, but what Jay was talking about is it's going to cost you this much for a microphone. It's going to cost you this much for
it's totally a la carte.
A hard drive. I'm not doing that. It's all inclusive.
Yeah,
right.
Me too.
It's small. It's
I'm doing the same thing,
and it might work well for people. But if you need more, I got more for you. But your buying is here, so you might lose the people that wanted you to come in and do an event. Let's say at a school for 1,000 kids, you might lose that school now because they may not be able to afford you.
Right, that's true.
You're going to keep your bread and butter wedding clients who are having the smaller events and don't necessarily always need your services for other things. And if they do, they pay for them, but they understand what they're paying for. It's not just this big number you're throwing at them.
Right.
It's this price.
I think if you went to an average wedding client, and we've had this talk before, where if you said, you know what, my fee is somewhere between 7 and 8%, 9% of your budget. Well, if their budget is $30,000, I mean,
right.
I've done weddings where the food didn't show up. They were still great. I've had weddings where the cake fell down. Still great. I've had weddings with no flowers at all. Still great. And I hate to sound pompous, but I truly believe the variable was me as a DJ, or it would have been you or John or Aaron or whoever. It would have been us as a DJ making it a great event. I think our value far exceeds the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say to me, well, I'm raising this because of this, totally makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't trying to, we can't talk about what you're worth and how you should value yourself.
No. I don't want to go down that road as much as just our impact on the day.
Right.
The value is this is a small investment because you're not raising your prices to $10,000.
That's going to work in a lot of markets, and I can totally see how it could work in yours, where it's like wineries. They're going to 100%. It's a destination wedding, for Christ's sakes.
My increase, I will give you a number. From 2022 to 2023, my increase percentage-wise might be slight, but in the general scheme of things, it works out to be about $300 for the day. Now you say, oh, that's nothing.
Oh, that's
I mean, knocking on.
that's a good
Well,
reasonable.
it's good in respects to because now I'm knocking on the $2,000 plus door.
Yeah.
I'm
where
not
it's
talking
like
numbers at all.
no. I understand that. I totally get that, but I just wanted to
because
give.
I don't want to scare anybody away.
No, I don't either. But I wanted to give a perspective.
And percentage wise, too, everything costs more. The renting of the hall and the flowers to get trucked in. Now it's gas is on that. Everything's going up. We got to rise with it, or we're still fighting to get what we got, and everyone else is just charging because it's the cost.
I think they seem to understand that too. They understand inflation because everyone's experiencing it. So when I say to a client, or I have said to clients in the past few months, "Hey, look, this is where it is now. Everything's gone up a little bit." They're, totally understand. No one has said, "What do you mean your prices went up? How could that possibly happen?" No one said that.
Well, yeah.
People seem to understand.
Look at where we are now. I mean, you ever think I went the other day, 2 days ago, I put $100, 15 gallons of gas.
Oh boy, here we go.
15 gallons of gas for $100. I mean, welcome to Well, Brian, do you blame me? I mean, welcome to California.
I know, but I mean, it's.
I'm saying everything.
You're not
so
like
expensive.
Didn't somebody just talk to me about my situational location and problems might be resolved if I didn't live in a certain location currently?
Well, you people should just be quiet up there, is what I'm saying. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Take off the
I'm just bringing it up. I'm just.
You know what? My advice to you, my friend. Go pick up the first Rush album and just be quiet. Just listen.
Speaking of Rush,
just kick back.
Speaking of Rush, since
Oh,
it's
man.
a Tuesday night music
Thanks, Jay.
show, and Jay wants to talk about music so badly,
I love Rush.
Segue. That's awesome.
Let's go around the room and name Canadian artists, except when we get to Aaron, he has to name an American artist.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
Okay, you start. Canadian artist.
Me? Ready? Okay. I love Rush. Helix.
No. Don't name
one.
50.
Just one.
Oh, just one. Okay.
Yeah.
Rush.
Okay, John.
April Wine.
Yes. Awesome.
Great band.
Great band.
2 solid albums.
Kim Mitchell.
Very nice.
Oh, nice. Good call.
Very nice.
Aaron, give us an American artist.
Bob Seger.
Oh, good one.
Jay.
Helix.
Nice.
John.
Prism. You got them from up there?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
All right.
Drake.
Well done. Well done, John Mellencamp.
Okay. Well,
At America.
I take your John Mellencamp and I serve back Honeymoon Suite.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
That's killer. That's a great
Very
band.
well done.
Another great
You've
band.
been practicing this for a while, though. I
For 25 years.
Almost like
your
your
showroom
DJs.
has been.
Yeah.
Gone around the globe.
What do you got, John?
I got Brian Adams.
Oh, yes, sir.
Aldo
One of my
Nova.
favorites.
Yes, Aldo.
Go one.
Fantasy, one of the greatest songs of all time.
Oh man, there's so many.
It's easy.
That's the problem.
Dude, it's not that hard.
No, I know Boston.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Excellent. Now,
Okay.
this is a controversial one. I'm going to say it. Heart.
Yes.
No.
There'll be arguments, but I will say
Seattle.
Seattle.
That's
Yeah.
Seattle.
But they're still credited because of
They
their
are.
signing. Ask Aaron. They're considered a Canadian.
What?
They are.
And if they're not, Celine Dion.
Okay, John.
Triumph.
Well done.
Great job, sir.
My well is running a little dry over here. It's getting-
I got my
Really? Okay, I got one for you. Can.
okay. No one knows that.
Yes, we all should know
Crickets.
Can.
I
I beg
don't-
your pardon?
Yeah, no, I don't know that.
Love it. You don't know it? I got to school you after the show on Con.
Yeah, apparently, because I don't know that. John,
Uh,
you didn't.
yeah,
know.
nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
No,
I couldn't,
Aaron,
couldn't come on.
do an American artist.
You know what? I'm gonna hit your countryside. Garth Brooks, Mr.
Okay.
Oklahoma.
Sir.
Mr.
And for that,
Oklahoma.
I will come back with Anvil.
Boy,
Sure.
dude.
I didn't know they were Canadian. I've even
They are big time Canadian.
Go ahead, John. What do you got?
Let's see who else is floating around up there trying to come up with
A lot. Come on, Doug.
Oh yeah, no, there's a bunch.
Maybe I just don't know their genealogy, that they're from up that way. I probably know a lot of the groups, but
So you get
too.
to pass? Okay, John's out. John's out. Yeah. We got 3 left. I'm going to go with Justin Bieber.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. He's got his own line of Timbits now at Tim Hortons. He's got his own Bieber bits or whatever they're called.
Oh, really?
Seriously?
Yeah. You want me to send you a cup? Would you like a cup?
No, I think
like us to send back him.
Yeah,
No.
I got a cup for him.
All right, Aaron, go ahead. You're on.
James Taylor.
Nice. Jay.
Whoa, wait, time out. James Taylor's from Canada?
No, he's an American.
Okay. I got thrown.
It's not 420. Come on, dude. You can do this.
Jeez, damn it. Thank you, sir. Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the
world
did you pull that out of your hat?
I did, sir. Quebec.
Okay, how about Shania Twain?
Oh, boy.
Oh!
That one. Big star. Big.
Good one, sir.
Thank you.
Man. Mr. Stevie Wonder.
Nice.
Wow. Good call. Let's see. I think I will go with... Oh, fuck. What's the name of the actual band? It's the...
PG rating.
No. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You're doing so good.
It was.
Hearts for Kids are never going to sponsor us.
No. It's the ones that had oh God. Oh, I'll do this because it comes to mind. Bare Naked Ladies.
They're great.
Yeah, that works.
Great, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Chilliwack.
Chilliwack.
Yeah, however you say it.
Chilliwack.
Chilliwack.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Very good.
Well, you mean okay? You don't know what I'm talking about, Jay?
She's gone.
I know. I totally know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't look
I'm still trying to think through my other band.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Go ahead,
I
Eric.
just got the other.
I'll toss Neil Diamond at you.
Nice.
Okay. And I will answer that with Tragically Hip.
Listen to Jay. The Tragically Hip, I believe.
Well, if you want to go there,
Just saying.
When I hung out with them,
sometimes there's a the, sometimes a
The is completely arbitrary.
In the case of there is a the.
it is the Eagles, by the way.
It is not the Eagles.
I swear it is.
You could talk to Don Henley about that if you saw him at NAMM. You should have brought it up.
I saw Stevie Wonder, not him. But
No.
next time.
Next time, yes. Canadian artists, boy, let me think here. You know what? I'm starting to run out too.
Well, I was going to say, Ryan, good luck.
I know, and we read a lot of liner notes.
Should have
Kids.
been now, but
We're whittling away.
I feel like I am running out, but this is right. There should be plenty of Canadian artists that I could pull out of my hat.
I got one that's in my back pocket. So,
See, I was thinking that Concan was my back pocket.
oh, I got one.
Oh, you know what? I'm out.
You're out?
All right.
I'm
She's
brain
out. All
farting.
right. Aaron, go.
Eminem.
Okay. I'll give you that one. Glass Tiger.
Oh, that's
Beauty.
cheating. That's okay.
Beauty.
I'm right.
Beauty, eh?
Prince.
Yeah, they do say that.
Oh, nice, Jay.
All right. All right. I'm struggling.
Aaron's gonna win this.
The Titanic's going down.
I've got the deck stacked against Jay here. I've got the numbers in my favor.
Right.
We've already done Rush, we've done Triumph, we've done all the bands I actually know.
And you play on Twitch, and I appreciate you playing them on there.
Caring greatly.
Do you know they now reside in California?
What's that?
Do you know they moved to California?
No, I would assume they did because they're playing like every other day in my neighborhood. But
now you can go
because
see
they're
them.
from Canada.
They are, yeah. Originated in Calgary, where I'm from. Brian, you want to know? Calgary, Alberta. That's where I'm at. So there you go.
I knew they're over there somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I could go Dylan.
There you go.
Okay. Bobby Orr.
Almost
sign that I'm running out of room.
Didn't Wayne Gretzky put out a record?
He's just like naming of
Like-
stuff.
Yeah, I know.
It's like Bobby Vinton and Benjamin Orr and make one guy
No,
out of it.
There's such great
You
music
won't know.
that crosses both borders. I mean,
Oh, wait, I got one. No, I got one. Neil Young. Neil Young.
Oh, there you go.
Neil Young.
Yeah.
Well done.
I mean, he's Harvest Mooning up there.
Yep.
I mean,
he's
Lionel
from
Richie's
your
another
neck.
one from the States.
I could have said Tommy Chong, but I didn't.
Yeah, he's from Vancouver, I believe.
Yeah.
Is he really? I didn't even know
so.
that.
Or he lives there now, or he's on the island.
Oh yeah, he's a Canadian.
Yeah.
Okay, so now next to the neck. Now what, Brian?
Aaron can tell us what we
What's our-
missed. Who didn't we
What's our
name?
number
That's
three? I could go through a lot.
No, it's just like no one left.
I think we did the entire population of Canada.
We're just
There-
a of them. They're like obvious. I mean, if Neil
Yeah.
Young was floating around out there,
Yeah.
He's Canadian, big time.
wow.
So was Terry Clark. Terry Clark's a Canadian. She's a country star.
Oh, I got one. BTO.
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
They're Canadian.
Are they? I don't know why. I thought
They are.
you
Randy Bachman's from
Yep,
Winnipeg.
he's from Winnipeg. Yes. Yes.
nice.
Yeah, and then he could go to the Guess Who after that if he wanted to.
Yep, I could. But now that we're going on to the next thing, Brian.
Yes, Brian, what's next?
Jay, you
Now that we're out, just
right?
talk.
Aaron won. So
Thank you for the.
How do you win?
Segue, though I
think it
appreciate
was a
that.
tie. I think America tied with Canada.
I suddenly want waffles with maple syrup.
now see if I were a Canadian and somebody said name an American band, the first band I would have said was America.
Right?
That
This
would make
seems
sense.
like easy, you know.
Horse with no name.
But you know what's weird? Horse with No Name was written by Neil Young.
That's too funny.
No,
I swear to God, it's a Neil Young song. Who's from Canada?
No.
So
no. They wrote
I swear.
they wrote Horse with No Name when they were in.
I'm looking it up. Okay, now we're on the computer.
Here's
Okay,
the story
now
that I
it's
heard. The
crazy.
guys in the band were in England and it was raining and they were like feeling totally bummed out. So he wrote a song about missing kind of the California desert thing, and he wrote the song Horse with No Name in London.
Okay, I could very well be thinking of something else. I'm
You're
gonna be
thinking of
honest
something else. Crazy Horse, perhaps?
No,
That's Neil Young's band.
that
Right.
was
I'm just
his
thinking of a
band.
Neil Young horse thing.
Dewey Bunnell wrote it.
I will.
You know, and Canadian, Gino Vanelli's Canadian, isn't he?
Oh,
You know, I'm not sure.
that
I think
Black
he is.
Heart.
got me on that one.
Maybe a good one.
I think Gino Vanelli's Canadian.
Yeah, Martin Bunnell wrote
Dewey Bunnell.
Horse with No
Dewey
Name.
Bunnell
And he's
wrote.
American.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Horse with No Name. But Neil Young wrote one of the. Oh shit! I'll think of it. Sorry, John. Again with the swearing.
Yeah, Gino Vanelli is Canadian. Nice work.
Thank you.
Good job.
Beauty, eh?
Beauty.
Beauty.
The story I heard
Right on,
about Gino
eh?
Vanelli, not that anybody knows who he is, but he was dating this girl who was like in high school, and he was thinking about dropping out and becoming a musician. And her father said, I can't let you marry her because you're never going to do anything as a musician. So he wrote People Gotta Move, and it was a hit.
It
Like,
was.
yeah, there you go, dude. I can write songs. Only marry your
That I
daughter.
thought-
So he married her.
Living Inside Myself was another big hit that he did.
Oh, yeah. That
Neil
was big.
Young wrote a song.
Black Cars was the big
Just
one.
want to stop. That was a big one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Black
That's
Cars was
Black
East Coast.
Cars was the best. Was my favorite.
Yeah.
And I believe one of his songs was on Grand Theft Auto. I believe he got a cut on.
I don't want
so
to
that was
stop.
big for him.
It's a great song.
I'm all about People Gotta Move. That's my favorite Gino Vanelli song. I really like
Yeah,
that tune.
he's a great artist. Yeah.
And you never hear that song.
Nope.
But that's like a song that jazz people like. I mean, it's just one of those weirdo cool tracks.
No, he's a good singer. I remember him.
Yeah. No, writer too. And he's very hairy. According to the album covers, he's just a very hairy Canadian man.
Well, that's
Well, you got to
how
stay
they
warm
are,
somehow.
Brian.
You know,
right.
That's the Canadian sweater.
Belted parka.
Yeah. You need it.
Canadian
Yeah.
tuxedo, I believe, is the denim shirt with jeans, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
It is.
You people seem to love that look.
It works. Blocks the wind.
You know, we don't have Bob and Doug McKenzie down here, but if we did, it would be cool.
What would be your equivalent of Bob and Doug in the States? Like if you had to sit there and
John?
think of it.
I was thinking
Honestly, we have no
as
parents.
well.
Tommy's a Canadian though.
But it
Right,
might be like
but
Bill
we
and
don't
Ted.
have
You know?
parents.
Okay,
Or
yeah,
Ted-
Bill and Ted.
Or Bill and Ted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted, sure. Yeah,
But
they can.
Or Harold and
But isn't
Kumar,
Keanu
perhaps.
half Canadian?
yeah, no, that's a good one, Brian. Yeah, that whole White Castle thing.
The interesting thing about the Bob and Doug McKenzie, the story I heard was what is the Canadian Broadcasting?
Oh,
Second City TV, right?
Second City
No,
TV.
the actual channel in Canadian.
Oh, it's like
CBC.
CB TV or something.
They had this thing where you had to have some kind of patriotic or Canadian specific content in your programming to qualify for these grants.
CanCon.
So SCTV did the Great White North Show with Bob and Doug McKenzie.
There you go.
Fun of
And
that.
Geddy Lee of Rush.
And to give some stupid fact about Canada,
Right.
the segment at the end of SCTV as a joke, and it took off and became like a big hit.
But it became a song with Geddy Lee of Rush.
Oh, Take Off.
The song
Yeah.
was Take Off.
Yeah,
Take
the Great White
Off.
North.
The
What was
Great
their other
White
hit, Jay?
North.
What was their other song? 12
For
Days of Christmas.
Bob and Doug, 12 Days, yeah.
12 Days of Christmas.
Classic.
Okay, so
What did
12 Days of
what
Christmas.
did his true love give to him on the first day of Christmas?
I know.
A toque.
No, beer.
Beer. Okay. That
And a
makes
tree.
sense.
In the tree.
All right, that makes sense.
The tree came later.
And then like 3 toques and like 4 like dozen donuts.
6 packs of smokes.
6 packs of smokes, and it goes, nice gift. And I had it, right?
Yeah.
5 golden toques, by the way.
5 golden tubes.
There was 5 golden toques. There was
Brian, there are times I think of you and I think he should just turn the key. Just put the key in the side of your brain, turn it, and just let this stuff go for a moment. I'm just saying.
Oh
you
man.
never
Bob
do
and
that, Jay.
Doug,
You never just riff.
But I'm just saying, like that.
But I'm not making outrageous claims like Neil Young rode Horse with No Name.
No,
not
but
doing that.
I was. But there's something there that I can track down. But like sometimes you just got to turn the key, Brian, and just let it go.
Just let it go.
Go.
Just like the Frozen movie.
God damn it! What? I'm all right. I'll find.
Eric's asking if that's Jeff Foxworthy. No, Bob and Doug McKenzie did the.
No, they did 12 days.
They did a 12 Days of Christmas, but they said this should only be the 6 days of Christmas. Is too hard.
Right.
4 pounds of back bacon.
4 pounds of back bacon,
Bacon.
3 French toast,
3
3
French
turtlenecks,
toast.
and a beer in a tree.
Right. There you
Attaboy.
go.
Well,
I always drink.
welcome to day 12. They don't mention nothing. It's
Yeah.
too hard.
Welcome to day 12.
Yeah.
And welcome to us quoting shit that happened in the 80s.
81, 82? Like, it's got to
Yeah,
be that.
there you
that
go.
Dr. Demento days. That used to be on
When
the
was the
radio.
last time you listened to Take Off, though?
Oh, God.
That's a
This
really
year.
good song. I listened
It was
to it
a
a while
great
back.
song.
And
Because they
On
interviewed
Twitch.
Geddy Lee in the beginning. They're like, hey, Geddy, how's it going, eh? So, like, we're going to do this thing. He's like, sounds good, eh?
$10 is $10.
Like, they went back and forth. And all of a sudden, it's like, take off to the Great White North. Take off. Like, it was amazing.
That was going through my head the first time I landed in Toronto, by the way.
Oh, YYZ?
No, Take Off.
No, but I'm saying the airport is actually, Aaron, help me on this. It's
Yeah.
YYZ, right?
I believe so.
That might be the.
So YYZ is actually a track from Rush,
I know that.
an instrumental.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
how you
named
know that.
after the airport. And here's the best part. Neil
That's
Peart,
piercing.
the drummer, before he died, well before he died, they were flying into YYZ Toronto,
Yeah.
and the radio somehow had a pattern. So he's like, dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun
it
dun
was
dun.
the call letters in Morse code or something.
Right. It
That
was something like that. And he's like,
Yeah.
hey, I got an idea for a song. YYZ. What? Yeah, watch. Dun, 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 dun. And everyone jumped in and just did a song. It's like, oh my God, it's amazing.
They were so talented, though.
Oh, exceptionally talented. First
Yeah.
3-piece, they sounded so huge.
I know.
Freshman or sophomore year, high school, so 1980. No, 79. I apologize. I had a buddy come up and he's like, have you heard this? And he handed me the album of All the World's a Stage. Put it on and he's like, hey, Montreal, please welcome home Rush. And they open Bastille Day and then they go into By-Tour. They go into, I mean, just like one after another. It's
Fly by night.
It's a 3-piece. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing band.
It's rare you can find a 3-piece band that can sound like a 5-piece, and you wouldn't even know there wasn't 2 other players there.
Well, you know what? Real quick, before Brian shuts us down, let's name 3-piece bands that sound bigger than they were. Aaron, first, go.
Well, Rush would have been my it, but
Okay, great. John, go.
ZZ Top.
All right, Brian, go.
ZZ Top was the one I was going to do. So,
All right, who else?
Three-piece band. Geez, let me think. I don't know. White Stripes, is that a 3-piece band?
That was the 2-piece.
That might be a 2-piece.
Well, they had a drummer too, or no? I guess.
Well, no,
It was her.
guitar, just 2.
Yeah.
So that's a great comment. I will say Cream.
ooh, nice. Green Day.
But, you know,
as
in
well.
all fairness,
Green Day
I
is
mean,
a
like
3-piece
Genesis could be a 3-piece band, but it's really not.
No, it's not. But I know where you're going with that.
But they're always. I mean, even like you think about songs like Subdivisions.
That's
I mean, what's going on?
Oh.
In the song? Bass.
Well, no, it's still
guitar,
3-piece
synth, and drums. There's somebody else.
Geddy Lee is playing. No. Geddy Lee is playing keys and bass.
and bass.
and bass.
No. It's
Simultaneously,
still 3.
even on tour. Come on. I mean, Phil Collins even brought in an additional drummer.
He did, and now his son plays drums.
Yeah.
Here, I'll end the
Phil's
topic.
retired, but
I will end the topic with the band name that no one has said: The Police.
no, that's 3-piece.
3-piece.
That is a 3. I would have kicked ELP in on that for like Touch and Go. How big that sounds.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Green Day. I didn't know Green Day was but they're a 3-piece.
Well, nowadays there are 4, but yeah, for their like real
Early?
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good show, Brian. Good topic.
We just kind of went freeform there in the end, but I knew you.
I know, but
talk
still.
music.
Well, I appreciate the Canadian detour inviting
Well,
me in to
hey.
hear. You know, I appreciate you. Thank
Yeah. Graphic for the show is going to be big Canadian flag, eh?
you. Welcome the Canadian to the
Yeah.
My pleasure.
I think what we've learned here, Aaron, is like go find me some Frank Marino Mahogany Rush stuff and just
Yeah.
call it a day. You know?
What we've learned is you guys don't know who Concan is, and that
No, I didn't know who that was. Brian.
bothers me.
I didn't
Yeah,
know because I know of
we all got to stay after school now.
Canadian content.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not going to be easy like
the
that.
rating doesn't end here. We're going to listen to it for an hour.
No. Hey guys, do you have this album? It's worth $300.
I have 3 copies of it on 12-inch, and you guys are
I figured you
That's
did.
why I couldn't find one.
I knew it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have one. He has
That's why we don't know who they are,
I'm
Brian.
going to end the show, and I'm going to turn these guys on to Concan, and they're going to have to just deal with it. So, thanks for joining us tonight. We're in a little early, but we made up for it when we hijacked Howie's show last night. So,
Yes.
right,
Absolutely.
Aaron,
So,
Sir,
John, Jay.
next Monday.
Thank you very much
and
for a fun show.
Tuesday.
We'll see you later. Bye.